Yo, what's going on? Kamikaze Soundwaves here, and I'm here to do my updated video game room tour. Supposed to do it back in 2019, didn't happen to pan out, but we're here, we're gonna do it now. It's 2020, so this is my updated video game room tour 2020. Check it out. Let's go. What's up, boy? Ready? We're off. So when you walk in the door, this is basically how you're greeted. Got a couple of posters right here. Here's my green screen. I do have some more posters and stuff like behind that, but I mostly just leave the green sheet up because I rarely do ever stream anymore, but I am trying to get back into streaming pretty soon. The green screen, you know, it's nothing but a cloth, but it works really, really well. I found this on Amazon for a couple of bucks. I had like all the big stand and stuff like that, but the stand was in my way. So I ended up breaking that stand down and just basically pinning this up to the wall. It works perfectly fine. But again, there is some other posters back there like Space Jam, which is a fucking awesome movie. I think everybody knows that. Then right here, I got that arcade 1-up machine. I have been wanting one of these for so long. My wife actually got this for me for Christmas, and I actually really wanted to get the Marvel one, but after doing a little bit of research, I found out that this one is the easiest of all the arcade 1-up machines to mod, and that is my plan going forward with it. I do want to trick out the buttons with LED lights, put a Raspberry Pi or something like that in there so I can play thousands of games. That is the plan going forward, but for right now, this is just a stock 1-up arcade machine with the riser. This is the Street Fighter version, obviously. Looking up for here, I have this little loft area in my room, and this is where I put most of all the boxes of things that I purchased. I don't know why this room is cut out like this. Basically every room in our house is basically like has this little weird cut-off layoff thing, but it's pretty cool. Like in my son's room, we put up a whole bunch of stuff up there, and in our bedroom, we put a couple of things up there, but it's a nice little display piece, I guess. But basically, this is just all the boxes of things that I purchased. Another poster right there. So right here, we're gonna move on to the TV area. Before we do that, I do want to speak about this fan. I got this fan from Goodwill for like $5. Now I'm a fan guy. I run hot usually. But this fan's really awesome because it has like the swivel thing. So when you turn it on, the swivel will blow air all over the room. It's really, really nice. And for $5, man, really, really good. So over here is basically my TV/console area. So we'll go ahead and start just over here with this kind of like bookshelf kind of area. Start up top, got a couple of posters. Overwatch right over here on top of my TV. It's Fallout posters, Super Mario book bag. Up top, I got Captain America and my homeboy's Soundwaves. That's Kamikaze Soundwaves, and that's kind of where I got it from. Soundwaves is like always my favorite Decepticon, favorite Transformer, period. But I got a charging dock for both my PS4 controllers, that Wii U gamepad back there. This light right here is a light that I got off of Amazon. It's a really cheap Chinese knockoff LED light, but it's really good for recording and streaming, especially if you're trying to use a green screen like I do, because you have to illuminate it pretty well. But for the price it was, can't really knock it. I got that switch right there. Then I got a couple controllers laid out with that 8-bit do. Really like this controller. It's actually for my Switch. That's the only controller I really use for that Switch. Moving down, got Spider-Man over here hanging out with my Wii U, and GameCube. I have my OG Xbox with Master Chief on top of it. those Mega Block things. And then down here, the best system of all time, the Dreamcast. Cool little Sonic orange tin bottle that went with it. Thought it complemented it nice with the orange swirl on the Dreamcast. Before we go any further, I do want to say that I am terrible with cable management. I always have been, and that's just who I am, and I'm okay with it. So if you're going to critique my wires, I really don't care. I don't have any, I just can't logistically think of a way to make wires run where you don't see them with how many things that I have plugged up. Over here, now moving on to the TV. Now I got this TV this year, finally upgraded to a 4K TV. This is Samsung 6 Series. And I think it looks amazing from the upgrade that I had. This is a brilliant. Now, when you see my consoles, I don't have anything that's 4K ready, but I do have watched a couple of 4K movies and stuff like that, you know, downloaded ones and stuff like that, but still a huge upgrade from what I had before. Now, up top, on top of my TV, Xbox One Connect, which just waste of money. I've used it maybe once or twice trying to use it as a camera, but it's just obsolete at this point. I got that C920 for when I'm streaming or planning on streaming off of my consoles. And then obviously the PS4 camera, which is fantastic camera. Now moving down, basically right up under my TV is where I got that Raspberry Pi. That's the Retro Bro, shout out Retro Bro, much obliged, sir. And I got that Elgato HD60, which I have all these HDMI's laying right here. Now, basically every last one of my consoles does go to HDMI, including my Dreamcast, because I got that pound one. I have a converter for my OG Xbox. The only things that are not HDMI is the Wii and the GameCube, because basically I can play all of that on my Wii U anyway. So I don't have those converted to HDMI, and I would rarely ever play those anyway. But pretty much everything goes to HDMI, and I leave all the HDMIs laid around my Elgato, so whatever system I feel like plugging up or playing, I can just slide it right into the side of the Elgato. Very easy to do. They're all different ends of different HDMIs, so I've memorized all of them. Probably smart if I label them in the future, because sometimes I do get confused, but for the most part I know which HDMI is which. Now, I did buy this sound bar this year. This is the Blackweb $70 sound bar. It's got Google Assistant into it. I really wish I just would have forked out the money and got something a little bit better. It's okay. It knocks pretty good. It's got some decent sound into it. But I probably will be upgrading this, hopefully, maybe this year, maybe next year. Probably this year. I really want a really good Samsung one with the bass and all that stuff, but you get what you pay for. So under here is pretty much all my consoles. I got the PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4. These are all the original consoles. Don't feel the need to upgrade to Pro or X or anything like that. It's just kind of not my thing. But I got the NES Classic right there. Also have a 4 terabyte on top of my PS4. Got really, really sick and tired of always having to delete games, even though I had 2 terabytes on it already. Just wasn't enough space for me. Controllers for the PS Classic right there. And my Xbox One has two terabytes of memory on it. So sorry, they're both 1 terabyte each. So I've got a lot of memory on both consoles now where I don't have to delete anything. Right here is that PS Classic. Underneath it is a Steam Link, which you can usually get those for like $5, and that's the way I got it off of the Steam sale. They always sell them for like $5 during the summer or winter sale. You know, it's just kind of a waste of money, but for $5 I couldn't turn it down to play around with it. It does have some use if you're not looking to play at your PC and on your TV. It kind of works, but it's just got a lot of stuff going on with it, which even $5 don't know if it's really worth it. On my windowsill right here, this cool little Batman thing. Batman over here hanging out with my PSP, and I got an old camcorder, man. I haven't used that camcorder in forever, but I still have it there. And then something my kids got me for Father's Day. This is my super old laptop. It still works. It can play some basic games and stuff like that. But I basically use it on this little table, this little coffee end table. If I ever decide to stream, I can just kind of like take that table and slide it out and put it right here in front of my futon, or pull my chair up right there. That way I can read comments off of it. Or if I need to do anything while I'm streaming. Up top right here, I got a couple of old ass hats. Marvel poster up there. That stupid flexi thing, I just did a recent video on this thing trying to use it. Thought I'd just hang it up right there. So starting with this bookcase, let's actually kind of start on the bottom right here. Just a couple of boxes. I don't know what it is about getting old, man, but I like keeping my boxes for some if and or odd reason, but just some boxes of some shit, and usually behind there is like mail that I know I need to deal with, but like won't deal with it immediately. Right here is just kind of like my always go-to area. This little green thing is where I put like, you know, my wallet, my keys, all that stuff, like my earphones that I usually carry with me. So I know where everything is. The PS Vita, I just bought a charging stand for this thing. It's in the mail. It's not an official one, but it looks pretty cool, I guess. Back there, a couple of my old G-Shock watches, some Tylenol because I'm old, my joints hurt sometimes. Air can duster, you know, you always got to have that when you have all these electronics laying around to get some of that dust out of stuff. That's my work phone. Underneath that is my old ass iPod, which I barely ever use anymore, which I don't think I ever use that. That's my really old cell phone. Well, the last cell phone I had, which is like the Samsung 6, Galaxy 6. Underneath is just a little charging bank, which is a cool charging bank because I get charges on top, so like I can charge both of these basically at the same time. Moving up here, I got my Beats headphones, my little toboggans and stuff like that when it's chilly out. Pretty much here's all my physical PlayStation games from PS4 to PSP, PS Vita, PS3. Now I'm a digital guy, so this is, you know, just a drop from most of the games that I have. Most of the games I have are digital. Only really get physical games if I really feel like I need to. Now speaking of this area, this is kind of like my charging area. It's a complete mess. I haven't found a really good way to just find to charge everything. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to charge all of this stuff, just where it's nice and neat, and including my other my normal cell phone, which is the Galaxy 8 Plus, you know, I just need to find a way to be able to charge everything. Basically, I just move all the cords around to charge whatever I need to. So moving on up to the next shelf is Xbox One, Xbox 360, one of my Hornets hats, small collection of Dreamcast games right here, a ton of 360 games. I've been still collecting 360 games. I love 360. It's my favorite console, not favorite console, one of the favorite consoles. But yeah, I got a couple of PS2 games in there, OG Xbox games. Up here's a lot of movies. I have a ton of movies in my living room, but this is just a collection of some of them. This mask right here I got for Halloween, and it showed up late, but another one of my Hornets hats, another thing my kids got me for Father's Day. Up top, just a couple of collection of random stuff. Bluetooth speaker, my buddy from Tales from the Crypt, cool Star Fox box, the modem and the router, Spider-Man peeking out over there, look, he's kind of creepy looking. Little Dreamcast, Dragon Ball Z can right there on the side, got the Elgato box, the 8-bit dual controller box. So, that's pretty much that bookshelf. Now we're gonna move on to my desk. This is my main PS4 controller. I have two other ones right there. I usually just switch them out on the dock. This is my primary one because I have some sticks on here and a little trigger adapter things. This is my main PS4 controller, so it usually just sits right here and I'll just plug it up right there. So onto my desk, I have my tablet. This is a Samsung Touch 2, Tab 2, I can't remember what it is. But it's a decent tablet. It can do some pretty cool stuff. It's nothing crazy or anything like that. That little light back there is the same light that I have right there. I have two of them. So I actually use that one for if I'm streaming or using console, and I use this one if I'm streaming or making videos over here on my computer chair or PC. Like I said, the light's pretty good. This old ass Dell monitor, man, I'm telling you right now, this thing is old as shit, but it's still kicking it. I don't really use the monitor other than when I need to use like a 2-monitor setup to like read comments or anything like that, or if I just need to like operate on my main screen and use this as a side screen. So it's all it's for. It is old, the picture's bad, but it works for the most part. Up top I got that C922. It's a little bit upgraded version from the C920, but it still works pretty well. Then I got this little thing that I found. It says, "What would you do if you could not fail?" I always thought that was pretty cool. I always keep that around my stuff. Now moving around, I got this Diva pot figure. Got that last year, the year before? Yeah, year before that. This Sergeant Locke Xbox One controller, really cool. Now that one is plugged into my PC. If I don't feel like using the mouse and keyboard, I can just pick up that controller. And I got some Logitech speakers. Right here is my smartwatch on its dock. This is just a little thing that goes for those speakers so I can adjust the sound very easily. It has like a little rotator where you can just adjust the sound really quick. And I got this Samsung monitor. It's a curved monitor. It's absolutely brilliant. It looks fantastic. I got this last year. No, I got that in 2018, but it still goes for quite a bit. I think it's a really good like monitor. I mean, it still pretty much holds its value. Batman and Joker pot figures. My mouse and keyboard, I keep everything Logitech. I really like their stuff. I think it has a lot of style and it's very performance good. So I have the G910 keyboard, and that's the G502 mouse. They have a new revision of this mouse, which is pretty cool. I kind of like to get it, but I'm not really into wireless. I always really prefer wired when it comes to computers and stuff like that. So, and you know, starting to get a little wear and tear on the side from how much I used it. And this big Diva mouse pad that I got off of eBay is starting to like rub dry right here, rubbing stuff off of it because how much I use my mouse and keyboard. Moving on past the monitor, over here I got the Artemis Spectrum headphones on a stand. Love these headphones. They're really good surround sound. I don't use them as much lately. Pretty much just content with using the speakers that I have, but they're definitely great for streaming. A little Ghost over here chilling with that Nintendo Switch Lite that I have on a little dock right there. And then back here is my new Nintendo 3DS. The thing just basically sits there. I barely ever play it in a lamp, which I usually don't use that lamp too much, but just more posters and stuff on top of the desk. Now, another big addition I added this year was this gaming chair, which is the Secret Lab Titan 2020. Fantastic chair. I will be doing an updated video on this chair pretty soon. I did do a video review on it when I first got it, and I still love it. But there's a couple of gripes that I have had with it since I've had it. But overall, a fantastic gaming chair. Underneath is a complete mess of wires. I have not updated my PC like I have been wanting to do for years. I'm still using that Alienware 2016 R17, whatever it is. But it's still rocking. It still pretty much can take anything I throw at it. I mean, until I find a huge reason to upgrade, I just won't. I got a subwoofer down there for my speakers that I have up there. The other is an old subwoofer, but I just use it to prop up my laptop so it's not sitting on the floor or anything like that. I got a lot of memory in this thing. I've got like a 4 terabyte and a 2 terabyte. It has a terabyte already in it, so I got a lot of space on this thing. And a lot of cords too, obviously. So moving on from my desk area, over here I bought this little 3-tub thing from Target. Now everybody has that one drawer right in their house where it has a tons of cords. Well, I got 3 of those fucking drawers, man, just full of cords. I mean, but there are a lot of controllers, like the Wii Zapper is in there. I have a Pro controller in there. I've got a couple extra Xbox 360s controllers in there. I got a knockoff PS3 controller in there. I got Wiimotes in there, and just about every cord you can possibly think of, like aux cord extenders, USB extenders for when I'm just doing things and I just need different cords for setup things. I just like tinkering with stuff, so I have got a ton cords, accessories, controllers, adapters, all in this thing. These right here are those Turtle Beach Recon 50X headphones. I always keep them right there because they're just fantastic, easy plug and play headphones. So if I'm streaming with the boys or playing online or anything like that, I just grab those up real quick. Moving on to this other bookcase. Up here is where it all started for me. I got that old NES. This is my NES from when I was a kid. All the accessories are from when I was a kid. I never got rid of this thing, and I always held on to it, so I built this little shrine out of it, because a lot of memories, you know. And that came with the NES Classic, so I put it over it because I thought it was kind of cool. And this whole thing is just got a lot of Nintendo stuff on it for some reason. That wasn't the idea, it just kind of happened like that. But got a lot of Wii U games, Switch games, Wii U games, something else I got for Father's Day as well. It's Mario Kart RC car, which nobody ever played with. I got it for my son's birthday, but he never touched it, so I just thought I'd use it as a display piece. And then a couple of boxes. Again, like holding on to my boxes. Here's some amiibos, but I don't really use those. Kids use them. So again, some more boxes for the Switch and some other just weird knickknacks and stuff like that. Box for the PS Classic, the stupid Switch grip thing I got for the Switch Lite that was terrible, and I should have returned it, but I didn't return it in time. Some comic books. There's a replug thing for my smell good, because I like my room to smell good. And some fuel for my Zippo and stuff like that. Also in this corner, I got some of that good stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Got some whiskey over here. Keep my shoes in here because my kids always tear up my shoes, so I keep my good shoes in here. Moving on, there are posters, like I said, behind this green screen. Now I did add and rearrange everything. Like on this side of the room used to be the TV. Now I flip-flopped everything because I always wanted a couch in my room. So I ended up making room and getting this futon. So anywhere you sit on this futon, since I got this chair, my chair used to stick out, but I can stick this chair all the way up under my desk, and you can pretty much sit on anywhere on this futon and see the TV very clearly. Even with this machine in the way, you would think it's blocking your view, but it really isn't, even if you're sitting in that corner. So my kids have come in here, we've watched movies and stuff together. So I really love this futon. It is very cheap. I got it off Walmart for like a little over $100. I think it was it was like maybe $185, $109. You get what you pay for. I wish I would invest in a little bit better futon. It's okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you definitely feel all the springs and things under it. I have pulled it out and slept on it a couple of times, and I slept all right. I mean, it's like I said, I am trying to get some quilt stuff and put it up underneath that, so it's a little bit more better, comfortable sitting experience, but I just haven't done that. That will happen at some point. But that's pretty much everything. I mean, the big things that I updated this year was I got this new chair, I got the TV, obviously the arcade went up, rearranging everything, getting room for the futon in here. So everything's really like just every ergonomic and very comfortable and very convenient. Pretty much everything is almost like set up and plug and play. I can easily stream and record off of my PC with the webcam right there. I can actually do the same thing, stream and easily record off my with this webcam right here, easily stream off the PS4 right there. And I also have this DSL card camera, which I'm recording off, which is a Canon T6i, the Rebel. Fantastic, great camera. It does have a lot of problem with auto-focusing, which you've seen. I don't know why. I've been trying to look into how to fix that, but recently, I also just put a couple of LED lights. I had some really cheap ones that actually burned out behind my TV and monitor last time, so I threw those out. So let me kill these lights so I can show you this. So with the lights off, I got a strip of LED behind my futon. I have 2 strips actually behind the one up arcade machine, because it actually took 2. Actually, I took 1.5 because I had to cut it. I didn't go all the way down to the floor with it because you could just kind of shows the cords more. But this is the LED light. Now I might add some more LED lighting, but I'm kind of okay with what this is. I think it'll look really good though if I put some LED lights, which is the plan, the light up LED lights here. Maybe a LED light strip behind the TV in the future, but for right now I'm good. Yo, so it's my game room. I hope you all enjoyed it. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I have moved quite a things around. I'm very happy with it is right now. I would like to mainstream it a little bit more. I feel like I've gotten a lot of just clutter and stuff in here, and it's a little cumbersome. It's still very comfortable, it works for everything, but I would like to just make it a little bit more simplified. The plan for 2020 is 2 things. First thing, I would still like to update my PC, which I probably won't, because I've been saying that every year, but I probably won't do that. But the other thing is I would like to pull everything out, and I'm planning on painting everything blue, hopefully by 2021. I've always wanted to do that, and maybe cut down on some of the posters and just get some of the ones that I really like and frame them. That is kind of the idea for 2020. I got a couple of ideas with maybe putting some floating shelves with a couple of things here and there, but for the most part I'm very happy with how it is. I don't plan on changing too much. There's not too much more I'm going to add into here. I have ordered a couple of things recently off of eBay that's going to help with a couple of things. But hey, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I would love to see everybody's game set up if you have time to make one. I love just seeing how things are plugged up and how things work. So please, if you guys have game room videos, please share them. I love them. But anyway, this is Kamikaze Soundwaves. Much obliged for stopping by and checking out this video. I appreciate it. Have a good one, and later.